Hey, what's up, guys? Sweating to Death 24 here, back again with another episode, another edition of Tougie's Take Quick Hits, where I have a couple of things I want to talk about. I don't know, I kind of like the format of just bringing them up on Chrome. I have a couple of things that I want to talk about. I don't feel like I can make a full video out of the topics, so let's just talk about all of them at the same damn time, even if they're completely not related. At least in the case of, all of them. We're going from hockey to football, soccer, to wrestling. So yeah, this should be fun. Let's get down to business, because the longer I'm recording, the longer I have to have that air conditioner off, and the longer that I am just going to be extremely uncomfortable because it's hot as hell in this room. So the first thing I want to talk about, I've been asked about it a lot, Max Domi for Alex Galchenyuk. Who won the trade, Tougie? A lot of people have been asking me. I am very tired. This is going to be fun. Who won the trade? Arizona. Although, it's too early to tell. The reason why I say Arizona, if I had to pick, I would go Arizona, because I still feel like they're getting a player who, let's face it, Montreal screwed up. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Montreal screwed up for whatever reason. Now, there's rumors, there's been stories out there about, I don't want to get into it too much about the guy's personal life, but there's been a lot of personal stuff in Galchenyuk's life that's gotten out there because of the Montreal media, and we all know how ridiculous the Montreal media is. And then the team just seemed dead set on getting rid of him for whatever reason. At the end of the day, I don't know what it is, but they never should have found themselves in this situation where it seemed like a good idea to trade Alex Galchenyuk. For him, though, a change of scenery, going to Arizona, which, let's be honest, they should be a better team. I feel like the team they were at the end of the season, the last 2 or 3 months or so, that's more representative of the team that everyone thought they were going to be, instead of the woefully abysmal team they were at the start of the year, and obviously injuries played a big factor in that. So, for Galchenyuk to go to Arizona, now I know they played Keller at the wing, but think of the possibility of Keller, Galchenyuk, and Stepan down the middle. And of course, Galchenyuk didn't play much center in Montreal. He wanted to, they just didn't play him there, and apparently he didn't complain about it, so what a guy. Arizona is going to be a very interesting team to watch. And I can't wait to see what they do. I can't wait to see what Galchenyuk can do. So, again, I feel like it's more of a win as it stands for Arizona, because they're getting a player that really never should have been available. That said, they give up Max Domi, and both players are relatively the same. I believe they have the same career point per game mark. I think it's at a 0.6, if I'm remembering correctly. So they are relatively even in terms of the type of player. I'd say Domi's a bit more physical from what I know, and certainly better defensively from the stats I've seen, but both are still such young players. If I'm not mistaken, Galchenyuk's 23, Domi's 22, if not, add a year to both of them. It's a very interesting deal. Obviously, if you're a Habs fan, though, this happened on the anniversary of another certain one-for-one deal that absolutely bit you in the ass this past season. I don't need to tell you the names. You know the names that I'm talking about. And by the way, Cap Friendly, I'm sorry. You are, in fact, on ad block. I am a terrible, terrible person. But at the very least, capfriendly.com. They're not going to get money from that. But hey, if you go to Cap Friendly, don't forget to turn off your ad blocker like I did, because now I feel like a douche. So, sorry. And for the record, YouTube's whitelisted. Support content creators. If you make videos and you still don't watch other people's ads, especially friends, like, what's the matter with you? Anyway, that's a whole different discussion. But yeah, I use ad blocker on Cap Friendly. I won't after this, and I'm sorry. That said, I'm intrigued to see how this works out. I like Max Domi as a player. He is going into a bit of a rough situation in Montreal, though. Montreal, of course, is an interesting team to watch. As interesting of a team to watch as there is in the NHL, because they're a circus. Now, thankfully, due to the Ottawa Senators, they're not the biggest circus in the NHL, but the Habs are still a little bit of a circus. And then you look at the draft picks that they have available. Who knows what that team is going to look like? I'm excited to find out. I hope they continue to trend downward for obvious reasons. But they get a great player back. They want, and here's the thing, as much as I think, Arizona's getting a player who might have a slightly higher ceiling, it's kind of a win for Montreal too, because how the hell did they get Max Domi? Everybody knew, one of the worst kept secrets in the NHL, that Montreal wanted to move Alex Galchenyuk, and they were still able to get someone back of pretty much equal value and equal skill. I give Bergevin credit for that, if anything. I mean, the guy's a punching bag, and rightfully so, in terms of ridicule, but in fairness, he never should have gotten back a Max Domi. There's no way. Everybody knew that they wanted to get rid of Galchenyuk, yet they still managed to get something back for him. So, I give him credit for that. If you've watched my content for any number of time, though, you know that I don't like to declare winners, and I think that just kind of proved why. You can see how this trade could be considered a win on both sides. Now it's up to the future to see who does better, and what team does better, and what GM drives their team into the ground. I know who I'm putting my money on. I will say, though, also, a very good deal that they signed Domi to. 3.15 over 2 years is pretty damn solid. I was going to talk about Erik Karlsson next if we want to talk about other signings. Matt Grzelcyk, $1.4 million over 2 years. Well done, Don Sweeney. Great contract. I love it. The Erik Karlsson situation, what the hell? I mean, I've been asked about this. I don't know what to say. I still think Karlsson's going, and Mike Hoffman's probably going. There's a very small chance I see both of them staying. I don't think you can have one go. If Erik Karlsson goes, Mike Hoffman cannot stay. Mike Hoffman, it's not his fault. He's not the one that did this. But if Mike Hoffman stays and Erik Karlsson's gone, Mike Hoffman's going to get booed at every home game. He is, right or wrong. And whether it's just by, that part of the fan base or whatever, because of course every fan base has that part where fellow fans look at them just like, oh God, why? And most of them are on Reddit. And Twitter and Facebook. If you look at Facebook comments, those are the type of fans where you're looking and it's like, oh my God, they're a Detroit fan? Ugh. Oh, they're a Bruins fan. God, no. I've sat next to you in the 300s. It's not great. Anyway. I don't see if Erik Karlsson goes that Mike Hoffman stays. And I have to wonder why he didn't leave. He had the option to be traded, and apparently he denied the chance to go. Like Winnipeg was asking, and he didn't want to leave. I don't know why, but I find it hard to believe that he's going to stay after all of this. The only way I can see it happening is if Erik Karlsson stays, he signs a new deal, and then puts out a press release saying, hey, don't blame Mike Hoffman for this mess. Just don't. Then I could see all being forgiven. That's a pretty big if, though. I don't know what's going to happen with Erik Karlsson. Look, it's Erik Karlsson and his wife, his family has been through enough in the past few months. It's God, what a shit situation. And for Sens fans, I mean, obviously there are situations involving Erik Karlsson that are much bigger than hockey. But for Sens fans, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. At the very least, Brian 5 or 6 comes out with entertaining content, but I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, I wasn't too happy when the Bruins were eliminated by the Sens 2 years ago now, or a year ago now, really. If you want to consider that last year. It'd be a year ago. And again, you keep hearing the same thing, and I'm sorry, but, how they've fallen so quickly, I don't know. It's a sad situation. And speaking of sad situations, as the Messi versus Ronaldo debate's officially over, Cristiano Ronaldo, Jesus Christ, that hat trick against Spain. Good Lord. Good Lord. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. Especially after watching the Argentina game where it's like, hey, let's just pass the ball to Messi, pass the ball to Messi. Oh, it didn't work? Pass the ball to Messi. It's the football equivalent of pass the ball to Tucker. Except just, as it turns out, Arnold and Gerald were also good at basketball. Just like, guys like Di Maria are also good at the soccers and the footballs. And perhaps foosball. I don't know. I've never seen them play. Just Argentina, get it together. Cristiano Ronaldo, you're ridiculous. Thank you for providing an entertaining moment and game. And the last thing I want to talk about, I'm recording this late Saturday and early Sunday, kind of. I'm not going to say what time it is. It's late. NXT Takeover Chicago. Another ridiculously good card. Yet again, another card that looks weak on paper, but of course it delivers, because that's what takeovers do. The opening tag match was great. Say say what you want about it being a little bit formulaic. I mean, most tag matches are. NXT tag matches are, because it's an indie style match, and indie style match is formulaic. Still entertaining, and Kyle O'Reilly playing the belt guitar on the way down is still my favorite thing in wrestling right now. Ricochet and Velveteen Dream was fucking incredible. I'm not surprised Ricochet won. I would have preferred to see a Velveteen Dream win, but he's fucking Teflon. He's amazing. He is absolutely amazing. Like, there's nothing else to say about the guy. He is one of the best in the world in terms of entertainment value right now. That was a great match. Probably my favorite match of the night. I don't know. I mean, the main event was up there too. Baszler and Nikki Cross, though, for a 9-minute match. I'm not even going to say for a 9-minute women's match. For a 9-minute match. Very entertained, because that is in the death spot after Ricochet and Velveteen Dream. I really enjoyed that match, and Nikki Cross gets the protective finish by passing out. That was great. That was great. Now, of course, a lot of people are like, oh, call up Nikki Cross, and where's Sanity? I'll talk about the main roster in a second. Aleister Black and Lars Sullivan was good, in my opinion. Average. Some people would say it was bad. I mean, sure, the botched fade to black towards the end hurt it a lot, and lost the crowd's momentum. Put it this way, I'd rather watch that match than any of Rude and Nakamura's matches. There have been worse NXT title matches, so I'm good with that. And all things considered, I mean, it's Aleister Black and Lars Sullivan. That was what you were gonna get. Main event, I mean, Ciampa and Gargano. Best feud in wrestling now that Omega and Okada's over. So, nothing else to say there. And we'll get the blow-off match at TakeOver Brooklyn, which I am very pumped about. Although, yeah, they're still in Brooklyn, right, for SummerSlam this year? I think they are. Point being, I'm looking forward to the blow-off match, and then one, if not both of them, will get called up to the main roster, where I will never care about them again, because holy shit, have I not given a damn about the WWE product since WrestleMania. I've had no reason to. It's been brutal. Call me a New Japan snob, which I definitely am. I don't care. Like, that's the thing. How can I go from watching the Undisputed Era one night and then last weekend watching the Young Bucks against LIJ and New Japan to, oh, well, here's the Bludgeon Brothers and, Bludgeon Brothers and the Good Brothers, which I like all four of them. Harper's one of my favorite wrestlers in the world, mainly because I was a big Chikara fan back in the day, and a Ring of Honor fan for that matter. I couldn't give two shits about that match. I couldn't. Women's Money in the Bank. Nah. Fucking Natalia's probably gonna win. Who cares? I like Natalya, but she's good, but they've given you no reason to care. Men's Money in the Bank. Who fucking cares? I don't. I really don't. Hopefully Samoa Joe and his new haircut wins. Nakamura will probably win the belt. That's overdue. I'm still super disappointed by their Mania match. So yeah. And also, last night's Gargano-Ciampa match should have been last man standing, and I'm annoyed that it wasn't. Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey's probably going to have a shitty finish. Just who cares at this point? It's too early. Carmelo and Asuka, the shitty finish. Asuka's going to lose. Reigns and Jinder. Lashley and Sammy. I don't even watch Raw or SmackDown. I watch Brian Zane Wrestling with Regrets. Who wore it better? So I hear about this. I've watched the clips, though, from this build-up. Fuck it. Just no. Rollins and Elias. Nah. Daniel Bryan and Big Cass. Nah. It's just, who cares? You go from what... And again, I know it's not fair to compare the products, but just this to this, and just no thank you. No thank you. And with that, this video is done. I am going to go sit in front of an air conditioner for probably a good 15 to 20 minutes to avoid heat stroke. With that said, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to tell you to do what all the other YouTubers do, at least all the good ones, right? Leave a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell like it's your goddamn job. Links are in the description of my Twitter and Twitch. Check me out on both of those platforms if you have not already done so. And until next time, have a good one. Take it easy. I love each and every one of you except for Greg. You know what, Greg? Today is not your day, Greg. Pack it up. Go home. No, not your day today, Greg. Not your day. Everybody else, have a lovely day, evening, afternoon, brunch, second dinner, Who knows? I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm just going to sit here and ramble and waste more of your life. Oh boy, we're out of here. I'll see you next time.